Real quick, this is from an actual customer's portal. This is somebody that we've already driven $229,000 in repeat bookings and off-season bookings for. So let's take a look. First up, when you connect with Yada, the first thing that we do is we connect to your property management system and we pull in all of your contacts and every piece of contact data that you have. Your listings, your reservations, basically everything in the property management system gets synced up with Yada. This individual has 6,409 contacts that we pulled from the property management system. We have every piece of data imaginable about them: their reservations, their check-ins, their checkouts, how much money they paid, what status they are, what review they left, what Yada rating they have, and so on. When you asked earlier, how does this differentiate from some other systems? We are a marketing and revenue driving solution, so we are fully focused on that overlap between the contact, the reservations, and the listings in order to drive the automations and the activities that are going to drive more repeat bookings. When you're in Yada, you can create lists and segments. So I can create some pretty detailed and pretty granular lists about using a bunch of different factors. So I can, put a list together of everyone that stayed in the last year or so that spent between $0 and $60,000, and your ability to create very granular lists is very high. So you've got a bunch of different filters over here and sort of magical micro segments and things like that you use to create lists. Once you've got a list, you can run repeat booking campaigns. So these are campaigns that send outbound SMSs or emails to guests. And you can look at the results of these in real time. So how many recipients, how many bounced, how much revenue we got, were there any errors or sends? Like a bunch of these, for instance, didn't have phone numbers, so they might not have gotten a message. But from these 1,200 recipients, we had almost 1,000 that had a contact info and an email, and this drove $7,000 in revenue. We also have our workflows. So if you're running, if you have any sort of somebody that inquires but doesn't book, they could get involved, enrolled into something like a win-back workflow, and just get moved through that system of being pinged on their inquiry until they actually convert. Also in Yada, you can look at all your listings, like the physical digital bridges with the QR codes, manage your websites, your integrations, your guidebooks, your portals, your loyalty, all of that stuff you do within Yada. But essentially, we look at everything from the contact basis. We use that to build lists and signals, which are used to drive repeat bookings that turn into opportunities, and that opportunity is legit money. So again, you can look into any of these opportunities. These are all conversion events that happened. Our contact system is really, really powerful. So when you're in a contact, you can look at every activity associated with that contact, like CRM, literally like what you might have in HubSpot or Salesforce. All of the communications, automations, and events associated with that contact, and then the stays and campaign results associated with this person to get them to come back. We also have a great deal of guest surface area. So we touched about this a little bit earlier, but we've got our guest portal. So public until the guest is logged in or checked in, or received their confirmation code. You got your basic kind of guidebook surface area product. As soon as they're connected, they hop in. They're in their portal. They can see their current reservation, any sort of rewards they have, the marketplace for things that you might have on your your products list, like early check-ins and things like that, and then as well as their reward status and things like lockbox codes, access codes, etc. So that's all going to be in here in the guest portal. Again, the idea here is to collect as much information as possible. So use activities and levers within this to get them to invite the rest of their group, adds more loyalty points to both parties, just get more surface area around the guest. The guests can then interact with their loyalty points either through your guest portal or through their loyalty portal. So this is where they can look at their activities, their rewards, etc., like what they've been doing to get those points. Really, really powerful stuff. And then we also have the surface area that's on the direct booking site. So This is more than just a chat widget. It gathers a ton of very valuable analytics about your website, but also if they log in this widget with their email address or their reservation number, they can do a lot of this guest portal stuff on your direct booking website as well. So they're already going to be going to a brand site that they love and know, getting their lockbox codes, rewards, customer success, upsells, etc., through the widget on your direct booking site. So kind of like high level, just to get back to it. On the Yada platform is where you manage the marketing, you manage the analytics, you use that to refine and grow and really like just supercharge your marketing and your messaging. And then we have these three major guest surface areas. So the guidebook portal, really utilitarian, really driven towards providing a lot of value to the guest in terms of the information, the ease of access, lockbox codes, Wi-Fi passwords, etc. Also a really great way for them to collect points and interact further with your brand. The guest has the surface area on their loyalty portal to look at their points and interact with their points, and then also on your direct booking site. Through each one of these guest surface areas, we're collecting contact info, collecting data, collecting signals that we then use over here within Yada to drive these repeat bookings and these signals-based campaigns. And again, this is for a real customer who we've already done almost $250,000 in revenue lift just over the last couple of months. I think she started with us in late September, mid to late September of 25. So that's in about 4 months, $250,000 in revenue lift. This pace will make her $1 million this year. She paid us a lot less than that, to say the least. So it's a very, very powerful platform, very, very powerful way to get folks coming back, interacting with your brand, building loyalty, and booking direct.